Hey, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are well, healthy, happy, joyful, grounded, balanced. Hey, so I want to share a quick nugget with you guys today. So, a couple of months ago, I was in a low wave, man. Like, I'm talking about a low wave. So, I found myself stuck, foggy, just very emotional, stuck, just felt stuck. I felt like I was in Groundhog's Day, just doing the same thing every day, and I couldn't get out of that, that energy. It was heavy. So I went to see a doctor. I went to see a doctor, get my blood work done, and I spoke to her about what I was feeling, and immediately she asked me, how long have you been feeling this way? And I said, a couple of weeks. And she immediately prescribed me antidepressant pills, right? So I've never taken antidepressant pills before. I've never, ever, since I was a little kid, and I've experienced depression throughout my life, in high school and in years after that as well. So it's interesting because this person really, well, this doctor, I mean, I'm sure she had good intentions. I'm sure she was following her guidelines and stuff like that, but I tried those pills 2-3 days max, and my spirit was like, yeah, my soul was just crying out, and I just didn't feel like comfortable. I just did not feel comfortable. My spirit was just shouting at me, and I let that go. My family, certain individuals who have tried these prescription drugs before, they mean well. My friends as well. Yeah, it's okay. But in my spirit, in my gut, I was like, no, something is off. And so I let that go, and I chose to face it, not run away from it. I chose to stay sober, not smoke weed, not drink, not distract myself with TV and Netflix and all that stuff. I just started writing things down on paper and just working, seeing where I could focus my energy. And I just remained faithful, and I believed that I was going to get out of this, and I did, right? Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because the system is broken, and a lot of you guys already know this, that the system is really, really broken, and in the Western approach to medicine, actually was created it was actually created in the battlefield, in the Civil War, during the wars. Like, there's heroic measures to diagnose people, or you gotta wait till a crisis erupts. They focus more on external causes of disease, dramatic intervention, and symptom suppression, right? And this is very common in the Western approach to medicine. Now, I'm not trying to knock down doctors or anything like that. I have tremendous respect for people who have dedicated their lives to work on medicine. But this is my opinion, the reason I'm sharing this is because maybe, this can inspire you to, perhaps go see an energy worker or alternative ways of healing, like herbal healers, energy healers, just something different, something different. Wherever your spirit is guiding you. But I just want to share this, to put this out there, because it's very, very profound. So the problem with Western medicine can be that they can prescribe you drugs that in the long run may actually kill you. For example, non-steroidal inflammatory drugs alone kill 7,800 people a year and counting. That's not all, and it has an effect on your organ, all these different drugs, your liver, your kidneys, and all these different things, right? I'm not an expert, but from the research that I'm conducting, it's shocking. It is shocking. Another thing, I don't know if you guys ever heard of iatrogenic causes of death. And what that means is when doctors make an error, they misdiagnose you, or they prescribe you a drug that is ultimately going to kill you. You know, just think about that. Think about that for a second. Ooh, I like how the sunlight looks. But yeah, just a little bit, a little better. Good. So yeah, another fun fact that I want to point out: there was a situation in the 70s where the doctors in San Francisco went they went on a strike for 2 to 3 weeks, and the death rate dropped by half. Just think about that for a second. You know, yeah, man. I hope you guys are listening. So, you know, the healthcare spending in this country, let me throw out some facts at you real quick. So the U.S. spends more capita on healthcare than any other country in the world. About $2.4 trillion it was recorded that were spent in 2008 and rising each year. So who knows how much that number is now. You know, the system is really broken. Despite all that money being spent on healthcare, all that guap, the U.S. ranks as the least healthiest country in the world in degenerative diseases. Think about that. We spend all that money, yet we're the least healthiest country in the world. That must ring a bell. It has to ring a bell. You know, whether you want to say it's GMO in your food, you know, chemtrails in the air, fluoride in the water, all these different things. You know, you feel some type of emotional imbalance, you go see a doctor, boom. You feel some type of pain. What I'm discovering through this through the emotion code is that most of the pain in our muscles or joints are emotionally related, because they're circuit breakers, like I was explaining on my last video. And when the energy is not flowing and it gets stuck in one particular area of the body, your cells are regenerating in very unhealthy ways. Just think about that for a second. So I'm sharing this video with you guys because I want you to consider something outside of the box. You know, sometimes we go from box to box to box. You know, we go see a doctor, we're diagnosed with something that, okay, so now we have this. Another thing, the power of belief. When you go see a doctor and the doctor tells you, hey, this is what you have, and you start believing that crap, it can kill you. It can kill you faster than what you really have. Let me give you an example. There was an example that Dr. Bradley Nelson shared during a seminar, that this lady was diagnosed with a terminal form of cancer. And she was told that she was going to die in 6 months. And just as the doctor said, you know, 6 months went by, and she actually transitioned on the exact date she was told she was going to die. Then what was revealed is that there was an error done in the paperwork. She was mixed diagnosed. So she didn't even have cancer. But yet she believed she was going to die, and she died. A belief empowered by an emotion, it's powerful. But if that belief is the wrong belief and that emotion is the wrong emotion, you can kiss the baby goodbye. So you guys, you know, consider working with energy, seeing, you know, if you can find somebody who works with energy, with Reiki, with energy workers out there, light workers, I don't know, whatever. Just try something different for once, you know. I know a lot of you guys are like, man, that stuff is of the devil, brother. You know, a lot of you cretins out there, a lot of you Bible thumpers, you know, my heart goes out to you, man, because I used to be one of them too, you know. But, you know, God bless, stay healthy, stay wealthy, you know, align yourself, be balanced, grounded, you know. Love you guys. Peace.